Hey guys, it's May 28th, Friday, my Friday video time. It's been quite a week. I kind of looked back on it and I said, well, what have I done this week? Got a big grant in, uh, about to get another big grant in for a new building, worked on the Ryan White grant. The list went on and on. I tired myself out. But there's also been some really cool things happen this week. But first and foremost, the really big news. We have made 71% herd immunity. Yay! That is absolutely amazing. I am so proud of everyone. That's really quite an accomplishment. It really is. 71% herd immunity, and the day's not over with. Monday is a vacation day, but the day's not over with. So it could still move up even more. But you made the goal, and that means sometime next week, I'll do it as early as possible. I'm going to have the drawing. There's going to be the 10 $500 cash awards. That's just really going to be great. What fun. What a great, great thing to be able to have $500 in your pocket. And many of y'all in your various sites not only have that, but those of the sites that reach the 80% herd immunity also will have a vacation day that you can spend that $500 on. So, good job. I am really amazed. And so are other folks as the news gets out on this. I've already had a lot of questions from other FQHCs and other organizations. How did you do it? What did you do? So you've done really, really quite extraordinarily good. Um, Thank you. This makes a really big difference. And I know for those of us that are vaccinated, it feels good, doesn't it? It really does. CDC has allowed for a lot more opportunity for us to kind of get back to normal. So don't let up if you're still thinking about vaccination. Come on, the $100 is still out there, so it's not going to go away. And there's a few more days left for the drawing contest to keep on going. So, speaking of vaccination, um, we're still trying to figure out how to do on-demand vaccinations at our various offices. You know, we've predominantly tried to be able to do vaccinations one day a week, at least in every office, with some of those larger offices having them more than multiple times a week. But the vaccine demand has really, really, really dropped off, and we know that. We also know that sometimes when a patient is in the office and after they've had a good conversation with their provider, they do decide to get the vaccination. And we want to be able to do that, what I call on demand. So we're working hard. It is a tough job, though. All of the documentation and the reporting requirements just to give one vaccination are just huge. So we really are, rest assured, we're trying to work that out. We know that that would be the best and most optimal way to accomplish this. Our Sleeves Up campaign, though, is going very well. Things have picked up amongst our churches and our partners. Last Saturday, we did 20 vaccinations at a Sleeves Up campaign block party that was pulled together by Representative Pat Hennigan in Bennettsville at the Sword of Truth Church. So things are still happening. It's not dead in the water by any means. Things are still happening, and we're going to continue to work really, really hard. There's a lot of attention that's being focused on kids down to the age of 12 since Pfizer said that their vaccine can be used for that. You know, we've never ordered Pfizer, so we don't have this supply in stock. And we are looking at possible opportunities. Not only that, but a little bit later on, we're anticipating maybe by mid June, Moderna will be allowed to be administered to kids down to the age of 12 years old. And that certainly would be easier than having to order a whole different product, Pfizer. That means we would have all three vaccines on hand. And that's just an awful lot to keep up with. So sit tight. We'll see what develops in that. Today is the last day of the week of our Mental Health Awareness Week. We've had some good times. Today is the chill out day, and I'm doing my chilling out. It's been a fun week. The only day I missed was the worst day to miss. I missed the ice cream day. But every other day, wear green, and all of the other days, it was fun to do this, and I hope everybody out there had fun. I saw some really cool pictures on Facebook, and I think they're still steadily posting some more pictures. So mental health awareness, it certainly has been driven home to us in this pandemic how important mental health is, how important it is to think about anxiety and depression, as many of us have struggled through this pandemic with those issues and those needs. So we're still going to have that in front of us as we move forward. The pandemic is not over. I think every week I say this. Yes, the cases have dropped quite a bit, and thank goodness. And yes, the deaths and the hospitalization rates have dropped quite a bit. We did a lot of testing over the last week, and positive cases are still they're still happening. We're still hearing about and know about the variants that are out there. As a matter of fact, the Department of Health and the state epidemiologist said that now there is a triple variant that is even more communicable. So the COVID has not gone away. We still have the pandemic. And it's still important to remember that CDC has said we have to continue with masking, we have to continue with all of the precautions that we began with in the very beginning. So just remember, vaccination is a very big solution to this. We've done 23,986 vaccines. That's right, little old us, little old Care, South Carolina. That's that was as of Friday of last week. So we will break into 24,000, I think, this week alone, even with the reduced numbers of vaccines. We've also done, as of Friday of last week, 273 monoclonal antibody IV infusions. That's really, really quite extraordinary. We're making a difference. I hear stories all the time about folks that have either themselves or their family members or a close friend or someone they know about got a monoclonal antibody infusion with us. And they are really so amazed by our service and by what a good job that Sweet Bee does and the staff that are over there. So, really, commendations. And not only are folks learning about the monoclonal antibody, but they're also learning that we do other IV infusions. And, given the choice, they said, well, I really want to go over to the Care South IV infusion. So, it's been a really, really good journey and a pathway. And we're going to be expanding our IV infusion capability, giving them a little more space, and 9 more chairs are planned for in there. So we're so happy to be able to do that. Speaking of Hartsville, join me in welcoming a new provider over there. We have hired, and she's already gone through orientation, a nurse practitioner, but a nurse practitioner has a doctorate, Dr. Mary Dale Edwards. I think we're all going to really enjoy having her on staff. I know the patients are going to love her. She's got a lot of high energy. She's a good breath of fresh air that I know we're looking forward to having over in Hartsville. So join me in welcoming her. She'll be coming on site to actually start caring for patients very soon after all the various things get accomplished in orientation. So we're really, really happy for that. In other news, several of us went by the building site for the new Dillon building, and it was really great to see it. Check your Facebook out. Amanda and them took some pictures. You can see the walls, the tower framework is there. It's looking like a building. It's really excited when you get into this stage and you can go on site and actually see what it's going to look like. Very, very good developments. So, and they've had very good weather. I know that we've all thought we could really stand to use some rain, and it sure is hot, but that's good building weather. So they've really rocked and rolled over the last couple of weeks. Um, last, we got an award last night. Last night was also the fourth Thursday, and it was our board meeting. And folks from the PD Region Department of Health came over and presented us with an award. The DHEC director for the PD region, Jim Bruckner, also Ruthie Odom, the operations director, and Kelly Eady. I called Kelly all night long Dana, but I knew good and well it was Kelly. Came over and presented with us with what they called the Community Hero Award. That was really cool to receive that. It says, in grateful recognition of outstanding contributions to providing COVID education and resources for South Carolina. They said that in the beginning when we were all struggling about testing and figuring out what this all meant, when DHEC in the PD region was given literally only about a day or two to do a mass testing event, who did they turn to? They turned to us. They turned to Care South. We held the first testing event in Society Hill, if you recall, in the PD region. It was quite a day. We held it on our St. David's campus over there. We did, as I recall, I can almost remember the number, about 460 some odd testings that day. National Guard was out to help with all of that. It was the first time this had been done in the PD, and the first time it had been done in a setting other than a hospital setting in the entire state. So it's been an incredible partnership with DHEC, and that partnership is not over. COVID's not over. We're still continuing to address how we collaborate with vaccinations, how we're going to collaborate and have been collaborating with the monoclonal antibody administration. And there's so much more ahead of us. We're confident that there's going to be booster doses that's going to come around sooner or later. Probably the word is that we're hearing probably summertime or something like that. So the work is still out there, and having a good partner like DHEC that we've partnered with in every endeavor has been a really, really solid foundation to addressing the pandemic in our region. So, folks, that's about it for today. A lot of good news. Congratulations on our herd immunity success. I'm really, really proud of that. Um, I wasn't really sure when we rolled this out if we could really make it. And as we inched closer and we got more and more excited, it really looked like the job was going to get done. So I thank you. You've got a Memorial Day holiday coming up, and if you're like me, you really need the Memorial Day holiday. So have a very, very good one. Good one. Remember to stay safe. Remember that the pandemic is still out there. Be careful. And if you haven't gotten your vaccination, there's still $100 waiting on you out there, and maybe a free vacation day if your site makes it to the 80%. Take care. Bye bye.